Okay, so we can add up our two voltage vectors using our traditional horizontal vertical chart, where we take each voltage and we break it down to its horizontal vertical components. So in this case, if we break down 120 to its horizontal vertical components, we would take 120, we'd multiply it by the cosine of 0 degrees, and that of course is 120. We take 120 times the sine of 0 degrees, and it is 0. And then we'll look at voltage NB, breaking it down into its horizontals and verticals. 120 volt times the cosine of 60 degrees gives us a value of 60. The vertical component of this phasor vector is 120 times the sine of 60 degrees. That gives us 103.9. We can then add our horizontal components. 120 plus 60 is 180. We can then add our vertical components. 0 plus 103.9 is 103.9. And then use Pythagorean theorem to come up with our resultant, or our hypotenuse. We could then plot these out, horizontals and verticals, and get our angle. So there is another method that I would like to use, and we will talk about how we can add these up with our calculator. Okay, so here's our calculator, and we have our two phasors right here that we want to add up. For this, I'm going to change the mode of my calculator, and I can enter these phasors in and add them up directly on my calculator. So on your calculator, it will be mode 3, second function 8. On my simulated calculator, it's a little bit different, but yours will be mode 3, second function 8. Now if you look close on the top of the screen, you should see r, theta, and degrees. That means we're in the correct mode to be able to add this up. So now I'm just going to go ahead and enter these values. So I've got 120 volts, and then I hit DMS for the angle. It's at 0 degrees. I'm going to add the next vector, 120 volts, DMS, or at 60. Then I hit equals, and there's my answer, 207.84. If I would like to see what angle the resultant is going to be at, I will hit second function exponent, and it tells us we're at positive 30 degrees. If I want to toggle back, second function exponent toggles back. So this offers a much quicker way for us to add these vectors. I use this function all the time, but feel free to use your horizontal vertical charts, plot it out, determine your angle, or if you have a calculator with these functions, this works very well and it's very efficient.